Hello, it's Jennifer from Sea Lemon. In this video, I'll share some DIYs and inspiration for a Southwest-style summer brunch. A big thanks to Michaels for sponsoring and collaborating with me on this video. Michaels is really one of my favorite stores to go to for inspiration, DIY project supplies, including summer party supplies. I'm really loving the cactus and succulent trend I've been seeing in decor, and I'm also living it. I live in Arizona where it's full of this plant life, so I thought it would be fun to throw a summer brunch Southwest style. All right, let's get into it. First, I'll show you how to make some DIY rock cactus. For the supplies, I went to Michaels and they have a lot of different size planting pots. I'm using this outdoor patio paint because it works really well for outdoor things like rocks or pots. And Michaels has just about any type of applicator you would need to apply paint, so I'm going to use these foam brushes. You can use rocks from outside or decorative rocks also found at Michaels. I'm going with a variety of shapes and painting them 3 different shades of green. Paint one side at a time and let that side dry while you move on to painting the next rock. After the paint is dry, flip the rocks over and continue painting on the other sides. And it's okay to leave a little spot on the bottom because we won't see that once it's planted. After both sides are dry, I'm using white outdoor paint to paint on some needles for the cactus. It's really up to you how you want to paint these on. I'm going with a simple approach using dots. This is kind of a barrel cactus. And paint the same thing on the other side of the rock. Because this is such a small amount of paint, the first side might already be dry, so just let the second side dry by resting it on another rock. You can also try lines, you can do these in rows or all over the place, and you can also try some rows of X's. Now that the cactus rocks are finished, you can plant them into a pot. I'm going with this black chalkboard one, which I found at Michaels, and I'm going to add a Southwest-inspired pattern to it with a flat tip brush, and also using the white outdoor paint. To keep my design centered, I'm using these marks on the bottom of the pot as reference, and starting with just a square next to those marks. Then in the middle of those 2 squares, paint on another square on the top. And then paint more squares, kind of stair-stepping down all the way to that bottom square. This is a really simple pattern I've seen on a lot of things in the Southwest. It's basically made up of just squares, so don't worry too much about messing it up. And repeat that same stair-step look on the other side. And you can go back in and kind of perfect the edges of your squares if you want to. Then paint one more square in the center. Then repeat those steps on the other side if you want to completely wrap this pot in that design. When the paint is completely dry, you can then fill your pot with your choice of rocks, sand, dirt, whatever you'd like to fill it with, and then arrange your cactus rocks to make a nice little rock garden. This is a great alternative if maybe you can't keep plants alive and you have a dark area in your home that you want to add a plant to. You'll never have to water this. I'm going to add some faux flowers to these rocks with some glue dots and some pom-poms. You can also try gluing faux flowers on or paint the flowers on. I love the bold graphic on the pot and cactus, and I think these are so cute with the little pom-poms. Here's a way to turn these into name place cards for your table and take-home gifts for your guests. I have 6 guests for this brunch, so I'm using these 6 various sizes of small pots, this outdoor patio paint, a spouncer, and a stencil. Michaels has so many stencils available at their store, and I found this Southwest style one which goes perfect for my party. I added some tape to the sides to wrap the stencil around the rim of the pot, and then lightly apply the paint with the spouncer. You want really light taps so that the paint doesn't flood underneath the stencil and then you have a big mess. You don't want that, so just lightly tap on the paint. Remove the stencil, and after that paint is dry, if you want to continue the pattern on the other side, just tape it back on and repeat that same step. I then complete this pot with a wash of the color on the bottom. You can paint this completely solid if you want to, but I kind of like the weathered look. I painted all 6 of these in the same way and then painted up more cactus rocks to plant in them, filling them with small rocks, which I also found at Michaels, adding a cactus rock to each, and then some of the larger ones I added too. You could leave them just like this, but if you also want to add some flowers to the top, I added some pom-poms to these as well with hot glue. It's up to you how many flowers you want each cactus to have. I think 3 looks good on this one, and you can play with the colors, light pink, yellow, a darker pink, whatever you'd like. And to personalize these for the guests, I found these cute gift tags from Michaels, and I'm going to attach them to the cactus with this colorful twine. I wrote the guest's name on the back and tied it just below the rim with a bow. And here's a tip: if the twine keeps slipping off, add a glue dot to the pot and push the twine onto it so that it doesn't slip off. Trim off any excess, and you can then repeat that to the rest of your name place cards. These are a fun way to invite your guests to the table, and they make really cute take-home gifts. Another easy way to add some plant life to the party, you can attach a piece of trim or ribbon around the pot, which matches your theme. I'm going with this weathered, colorful trim, and I'm just hot gluing it around the pot. Michaels has a large amount of faux plants to choose from. Really, you could add any type of flowers or plants you want to this. I'm going with these faux succulents and adding white decorative rock. This is such an easy way to make the room a little more inviting and add some plant life to it. Michaels also has a ton of other ready-made party supplies in just about any color that you would need, including garland or tassels. I added these tissue tassel garlands to the wall to add a splash of color to the room. And if you want to add some color to any table or protect the surface of it, Michaels has these large rolls of paper which you can use as a table runner. For my table setting, I added various pieces to my table runner to add to the Southwest theme. Michaels has a variety of things you can add to your tablescape which can tie everything together. I added the little cactus nameplace cards to invite my guests to the table. Now this place is ready for some delicious Southwest brunch with good friends and family. Thanks again to Michaels for sponsoring and collaborating with me on this video. If you want more fun party ideas, check out michaels.com/DIY party. And if you want to shop the products that I used in this video, check out the description below. Also be sure to subscribe to Michaels' YouTube channel and follow them on their social links for more inspiration. I will be taking over Michaels' Snapchat next month, giving you sneak peeks on another fun DIY party, so be sure to look out for that. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel, SeaLemon, for more DIY. If you want to jump into another tutorial, check out one of these right here. You can also follow me on my social links. I would love to see you over there. All of these links will be in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.